In this video, I'm going to talk to you about depression and relationships in terms of both being in love and while you're in a relationship, and breakups and being single and that whole process of getting over your ex and things like that. But if you're currently in a relationship or you just got through a breakup, I promise you this video is going to help because I've been on both sides of the spectrum of being in love and going to marry this girl and then all of a sudden breaking up and going through a heartbreak. But before I get into that, welcome to Depression Talks with Manuel. And in this community, we openly talk about depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. So hit that subscribe button because I promise you, you are not alone. If you're watching this on the playback, then I'm going to first run through all these different tips. I wrote them all right here for you. And if you're watching this during the live stream, please wait for all the questions. I will answer any question you have until after I share all these things with you. But first, let's talk about depression and relationship advice in terms of while you're in a relationship. There are 3 do's and don'ts that I did in my past relationships that I want to share with you in hopes that you do not do this while you're in a relationship. The first one is this: know that your partner adds to your happiness, but is not your happiness. They should add to it, but not be it. When I was in my past relationship, because I didn't understand my mental health quite enough, that person, I equated them to being my happiness, all of my happiness. If they were too busy to hang out, I got depressed. If they didn't, if they made me upset, I got depressed. If they were down and couldn't build me up, I got depressed. I got depressed because that person was my happiness. So make sure that person that you're dating is not all of your happiness. I see your comments and I get some of your messages, and you've said that this person makes me depressed and this person makes me sad because they're not doing this for me, not doing that for me. I'm like, what are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for yourself? So please, again, understand the person that you're dating right now should add to your happiness, not be your happiness, okay? The second tip I have for you is this: you have to continue to focus on your self-growth. Even though you're in a relationship, what tends to happen is that you focus all of your energy on your partner. You focus all of your energy on making them happy, building them up, making sure that they're doing great and all these things, but you forget to focus on yourself. Oh my gosh, when I was in my past relationship, I'm a selfless person. I tend to give, but then I continue to forget about myself. I forget that I still need to work on my mental health. I forget that I still need to build myself up and make sure I'm staying in shape and make sure I'm keeping my strong friendships and hanging out with my family. I forget that I still need to do all those things. So when you're in a relationship, keep on focusing on your self-growth. That does not stop just because you're in a relationship. That does not stop because you now found someone that you love and that you like and that you enjoy hanging out with. You still have to focus on yourself no matter what. The last tip that I want to give while you're in a relationship in terms of mental health is you need to work on improving your mental health. This is probably a given. But that also means that you need to be honest with your partner about your mental health. You cannot keep them in the dark and expect them to understand exactly what you're going through if you don't talk to them about what you're going through. Does that make sense? If you're in a relationship right now and you understand that you're dealing with mental health issues, mental illness, and you're not talking to your partner about it, that's a problem. Because you're going to leave them in a place of they're not going to understand why you're upset, why you're being irritated, why you're relying on them so much, etc., etc., etc. If you talk to your partner about your mental health, they at least can have an idea of what you're going through. And it'll show you if they're supportive about your mental health or not. See a therapist, see a psychiatrist, go to a doctor, talk to somebody about your mental health. That does not stop just because you're in a relationship, okay? So just to go over it before we get into breakup advice and being single and mental health in terms of those things. These are the 4 tips I just shared, or 3 tips I just shared about do's and don'ts about mental health in terms of being in a relationship. 1, your partner should add to your happiness, not be your happiness. 2, you have to continue to focus on your self-growth. That does not stop just because you're in a relationship. 3, improve your mental health even while you're in a relationship. That means talking to your partner about your mental health and also getting the need that you need to get in terms of seeing a therapist, seeing a doctor, and make sure that you're okay. Now, I see a lot of you commenting in the live stream. After I get through these next few points, I'm going to answer any questions that you have. So if you have any questions about relationships, no, I'm not perfect, okay? I still struggle. But if you have any questions in terms of relationship advice, maybe you're going through a relationship that you're unhappy with, going through a breakup, anything at all, comment down below right now. And I'll make sure to get those questions right at the end of this video. But here are 5 different tips that I want to give to you that I personally have gone through in terms of breakup advice, like going through a breakup, and then being single, okay? I've been on both ends of the spectrum, all right? Trust me, I was going to marry this girl last year, and then we ended up breaking up. So that was a devastating, traumatizing, really sad situation, but one of the best things that's ever happened to me in my life at the same time. So the first tip I want to share with you is this. It kind of goes back into the first tip I shared when being in a relationship. It's time for you to focus on yourself. It is time for you to focus on you. I know it sucks. At least it did for me. I was like, what do you mean? How do I do that? You have to find your self-worth. It's time. Because most likely, if you were anything like me, when you went through a breakup, or if you've gone through a breakup, you feel like you've lost your identity. You've lost a sense of self-purpose. You don't know what to do, where to go, how to act. You no longer know exactly what your future holds, because your future was, they were a part of your future, and now they're no longer there. So that future is so obscure. But it's time for you to focus on you and your self-worth and your self-growth. This is why I do life coaching, all right? If you're interested in life coaching from me, I talk about self-worth. I talk about you trying to find your purpose and things like that. Send me an email to emmanueljones@outlook.com, and we can talk about life coaching, so that way I can talk to you about how I got through breakup, how I got through those experiences, and how I'm focusing on my personal self-growth right now. So emmanueljones@outlook.com. Links are down in the description below. The second thing I want to share with you is the past. This is a mindset. The past does not equal your future. The past does not equal your future. When you go through a breakup, the first thought that comes to your mind is whatever happened in that relationship is going to happen in all my future relationships. That person cheated on me, so not everybody's going to cheat on me. That person was bad, so not everybody's going to be bad. This person, that person, that person. The past does not equal your future, okay? If I had that mindset, I went to McDonald's one time in the past, and guess what? My stomach tore up. It was terrible. The food was bad. I got really sick. I threw up, actually. And I was like, you know what? McDonald's is bad food for, like, obviously it is bad for you, but McDonald's tastes nasty. It's not good for you, whatever, even though it's bad for you. You know what I'm trying to say. But then, if I kept that mindset, I'm never going to go to McDonald's again. All right? Now I assume that all McDonald's are bad. That's not true. I went back to McDonald's eventually. I was like, man, these fries taste good. My whole entire experience changed. You know, one time I went to a graphic design job. I didn't like it. I hated it. I hated it. I was like, graphic design is not for me. It's not for me. I don't want to do graphic design at all, ever again. No. Ended up getting another graphic design job and loved it. The past does not equal your future. The third tip that I have for you, if you're going through a breakup right now or you're single, is being single is okay. What the heck, man? Oh, man. Being single is okay. We live in a society and a culture that you're supposed to be in a relationship. You're supposed to be married by a certain time. You're supposed to have kids and buy a house and have these societal pressures on you by a certain age, by a certain time of your life. Why? Tell me why. Tell me why that's a rule. Tell me why that you're supposed to do these things. No, man, no. Being single is completely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. You're saving money, first of all. You're finally able to focus on yourself. There's no pressure on you to be at a certain place at a certain time. You can talk to anybody, whoever you want, whenever you want, however you want. You can do whatever you want. Being single is an amazing, beautiful time of your life to have self-growth, to focus on your mentality, to focus on your goals, your business, your career. It's a beautiful time of your life. So being single is okay. Don't think you're like missing out on being happy in life. Being single is completely fine. Okay? I wish I knew that going through my breakup the first few months, because I was like, damn, I'm single, and I was so depressed. I was so unhappy. I cried I cried. It was just, ah, man, being single is okay. Stop comparing your singlehood to people in relationships. Your friends, your relationship, good for them. Be happy for them. Awesome. But also be happy you're single. There's nothing wrong with that. Fourth thing I have for you is this. Time heals all wounds, so don't beat yourself up. There are times when you're going through the grieving process, you get to a point where you say to yourself, I should be over this already. I'm not supposed to be feeling this way. Why am I not over this person already? So on and so forth. Instead, say to yourself, I'm still grieving over that person and this is okay. You're working to move on. You're working on your mentality to move on. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's constant times I kept saying to myself, man, I should be over this, and I would beat myself up for it. I became more depressed because I believed I should be over this girl already. And since I wasn't, I was like, wow, I'm a bad person, I'm weak. I started to, just verbally abuse myself. My mentality went down. So if you're going through a breakup right now, or it's been a while, whatever a while means to you, right? Don't beat yourself up. Time heals all wounds. It will get better. The fifth and last tip I have for you, if you're going through a breakup, if you're being single, and if you're in a relationship, this will be as blunt as I'm going to put it. Take responsibility for your life. Take responsibility for your life. I know that might not be something you want to hear. It sure as heck wasn't something I wanted to hear, especially when I was grieving and hurting. Take responsibility of your life. Whether they cheated on you, whether they were terrible, mean, manipulative, abusive, all these things, it's still up to you to decide how you're going to react and how you're going to move forward. I'm not saying disregard all those things and, suck it up. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying at the end of the day, you still have a choice on what you do and how you react. If you have this mindset, this victim mentality, this victim mindset that you have, you're basically saying to yourself, I am not in control of my own actions. I'm not in control of my emotions. That person is. I'm not in control of my future. That person is. I am not in control of any aspect of my life. That person is. No, you are responsible for your own life. So it's time for you to take action and take responsibility instead of continuously blaming others for your unhappiness, blaming others, your teachers, your relationships, your people, your parents. No, this is your life. This is your life. Not theirs, yours. So take responsibility. So to recap the 5 tips, number 1, you have to focus on yourself until you know your self-worth. Focus on yourself until you know your self-worth. If you need help with that, I am doing life coaching now, and send me an email at emmanueljones@outlook.com if you're interested in life coaching. The second thing is, the past does not equal your future. Just because this person did these things to you does not mean all these people in your future are going to do the same thing. Yes, stay cautious, stay aware, but that does not mean that all these people are going to do the same thing. The third thing is, being single is okay. There's nothing wrong with being single. It's an amazing, beautiful thing. Don't conform into societal pressures of, well, I'm 25, I'm 28, I'm 21, I'm 34, I'm 45, I'm this age, and all my friends and family are married, and I'm supposed to be married. No, being single is okay. Embrace it. You get to save money, travel anywhere you want. You have no responsibilities to this other person. You could be anywhere you want at any time. Talk to anybody. You have so much growth, and you have time to focus on yourself. So understand that being single is okay. The fourth thing is, time heals all wounds, so don't beat yourself up. Yes, you may still not be over your ex. Yes, it still hurts to think about them, and it's painful, and you cry still. But please understand this. It's okay. It's okay, because you're working on trying to get past it. You're working on yourself, aren't you? You're still getting up out of bed. You're still going to work. You're still taking care of your kids. You're still trying to make that money. You're still trying to your personal growth. So don't beat yourself up. You're still trying your best, okay? It takes time. And I know you think that maybe after months, days, weeks, years, it should be over. But hey, you're going to get there. Don't beat yourself up for it. The last thing is this. Wait, I already said all 5 tips. That was everything. I hope that you found value in this video, and if you did, again, hit that subscribe button, because this community openly talks about depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. All right, let me answer your questions. I see 15 people in the live stream. I know I haven't talked to y'all this whole time, but I wanted to make sure that I'm here for you this whole entire live stream. I'm going to answer all of your questions, any questions, at least give my opinions upon the aspects of both while you're in a relationship and mental health, and going through depression and breakups. I've been through both ends of the spectrum. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I'm saying these mental things have helped me get through both situations. So that way, when I'm in a relationship or when I'm single, I can handle them in a better and healthier way for my mental health and my personal growth. All right. We got a lot of people on this live stream. Let's see here. We got positive vibes. How are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Dancing and the Dreaming. Hello, what's up? I'm gonna call you Dancing. Kristen, you are back. It's nice to see you in the live stream. Nicole, what is up? Home Dog Skillet. Luis, how you doing, Luis? Yo. All right. Nirvana, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Okay, so type down your questions down below. If you're just now joining the live stream, I just went over 5 tips for mental health in terms of being in a relationship, do's and don'ts. Because I've been there, damn. And the second part, I talked about 5 tips for breakup advice if you've just gone through a breakup, or if you're single right now. And if you have any questions, make sure to comment down below any questions, so that way I can talk to you and answer your questions accordingly. Luke says, do you think it's healthy for anyone to have a partner that makes fun of you in front of her friends and tries to make you feel inferior? Do you think it's okay, healthy, correct, or it depends? I definitely think it is not. I repeat, it is not okay if you're in a relationship and your partner is making fun of you in front of their friends. I personally would not date someone that was doing that, because not only is that hurtful and negative, it's also showing that person has no respect for you. Think about it. If I were I'm in this live stream right now, and if I say to you, hey, Luis, look at Luis, that person's bad, that person, look at what he's doing, look at what they're doing. If I do that, you're not going to be happy about that. So that behavior is not acceptable, in my opinion. These are just my opinions. So no, I think that's not okay. I think that's not good for your mental health, and I would strongly suggest that a person stop doing that, because if they continue to do it, personally, I would not date that person. That's my personal opinion. Nicole says, so afraid of being single. I've been in a relationship since I was 16, and I'm 34 now. I know it's not a question, but there's always going to be a what if. Like, I've been in a relationship. What if it doesn't work out? What if I never find another person? What if I am single forever? What if? There's always going to be the what ifs about every aspect of your life. Every single one. Every single one. So that shouldn't stop you from making choices or decisions, because what if I make these videos and nobody likes them? What if this community stops growing? What if I get judged? What if I'm still doing it? Because you don't know the answer to that. I'm actually going to make a video about what ifs, because we stopped the question at what if. The negatives, right? What if you do find another one? What if you do find another job? What if you do? Stop just focusing on what if you don't. In my opinion. Let's see. You should make a video someday about toxic people in regular basis and how to survive a toxic environment at work, at school, even at home. So toxic relationships and toxic environments. I'll probably make a video on that. I'll write it down, actually. So toxic relationships and environments. All right. Ooh, okay. Any other questions? Let's see. Okay, so what if your ex emails you? By the way, welcome to the live stream, D. What if your ex emails you and asks if you deleted the photos of her? It has been 4 months and she left me for someone else and is still happy with them. Should I give her that closure I deleted? Oh, man. What if your ex emails you and asks if you deleted the photos of her? Why is she emailing you in the first place? She's in a relationship. How would you feel if you're dating someone and they emailed their ex? I don't think you'd be very happy about that, personally. Man, no, 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 no. This is to me that's like a lot of red flags. I'm not a relationship expert. These are just my opinions. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a counselor. I'm just saying what I would do. And personally, what I would do is, if she wants to know if I deleted them, I'd be like, I wouldn't text her back, depending on how that relationship went. Because why is she texting you if she's still in a relationship? That doesn't make any sense to me. But I would definitely say, hey, if I would either not text her back, or if I were to text her back, I would say yes, I deleted them, or no, I didn't delete them, but I'm going to. Anything that shows that you're moving on, that you're moving forward, because she clearly has. So I believe that you should be doing the same. Kevin, welcome to the live stream. How you doing, buddy? Angel, what is up? This whole entire video, you might find this helpful. What is the best way? Dancing, I didn't get your question, dancing. If you can comment your question down below again. Let's see here. Justin, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Dope songs. How you doing? Ariel, how's everybody doing? He said, oh snap, you're live now. I thought this was a playback. Yeah, I'm live right now. This is just, I do random live streams at times, you know that. Just random. I don't always do it on Tuesdays, but you know. Big Brown, welcome to the live stream. How are you doing? How you doing? So, I talked to my school counselor, but it doesn't seem to work. Well, first off, I'm glad that you're talking to somebody. And again, the past does not equal your future. So if your school counselor doesn't help, maybe talk to the principal, talk to a teacher, talk to a classmate, talk to, if you're in a church, talk to your pastor, talk to your, I know you say you try to talk to your parents already. Call the number 1-800-273-TALK or text 741-741. There's so many people that you could talk to. I'm sorry that your counselor wasn't helpful. I think that sucks. Like that person, not that person should have been able to help, in my opinion. But if they couldn't help, then there are other outlets of help. There's always help. It's an endless amount of help. Okay. Let's see here. They are trying to get your attention for a reason. It's a trap. Yes, Justin, I agree with you. It's definitely a trap. There's literally zero reason for that person to text you or call you or email you if they're still in a relationship. Why are they doing that? They still miss you probably, or they just want to get in your head, or there's countless amount of reasons, and it all equates to they shouldn't be emailing you or contacting you in any way while they're in a relationship. Kevin says, I'm in a long distance relationship right now, and how do I make my relationship good? She knows I am in therapy for my OCD and depression, and she's very supportive of me. I love her a lot. I actually was in a long-term relationship I was living in Florida and she was living in Indiana. So that was a very long relationship, long distance relationship. What helped me during that relationship, try to keep it positive, even though even though I know different things I could have done, because this was the relationship I was talking about. What helped us then was, distance. I know it sounds weird, but if you're constantly texting each other all day, every day, sometimes that can become a lot. It's like, all right, this is a routine now, So I would just say, be more spontaneous. You don't have to text each other every single morning saying hello. Y'all know you love each other, you care about each other, so you don't have to do that, because it starts to feel like an obligation. Like, I have to call them, I have to text them at this time. Another thing I would suggest, Skype calls, Skype video. I'm guessing you already do that. Memes. Make it really fun, and just look up online long distance relationship fun games. There's so many things you can be creative with to make sure that relationship is still positive and uplifting. How you doing, the artist? Bro, your beats are cold, man. I'm telling you, dude. You're seriously talented. I love your beats. I want to get better to help her. Kevin, I think that's amazing. I think that's an awesome thing, but I do want you to say, I hope that you also want to help yourself. Your mental health starts with you. I know you might already feel that way. Maybe if you don't, I'm just saying this just in case you don't, but you said, I want to better myself I want to help myself for her. What about yourself? Hopefully you're helping yourself first for yourself. The better you become, the stronger you become, the better relationship you're in, because you're not only are you bettering yourself for yourself, but it just helps you both at the end of the day. I've never called the suicide hotline, but I hope if someone I have the need of doing it, someone reached the phone. Um, yeah, like when you're depressed and you're going through sadness and stuff, you don't feel like anything is going to work. So your first thing in your mind is, well, that's not going to work anyway. So why would I even try? But I've been there. As you know, I'm not sure how many of you have been in this community for a long time, but I've told my stories of, suicide attempt, depression, sadness, crying, unhappiness, all those things. Um, so that's why I always suggest that number. If I see somebody's commenting saying they want to be here anymore or all these things, I'm like, please call that number, because I'm not a professional. I'm just a human being. I'm just this person. But yeah, I suggest people call that as well if they're struggling. Justin says it's always good to call someone. Heck yeah, it is. Kevin, I'm glad that you agree with me. I'm really glad that you agree with me. Justin says, I've had to help change the mindset of others to realize that things can change. There is hope for happiness. Call friends on a random occasion. I know that this live stream is really more so for relationship advice and things like that, but Justin's definitely right about that. I did a poll recently asking people say yes if you believe that you can change your life with support, action, and consistency. Say no if you think that you can't change your life. 81% said yes, 19% said no. That 19% is what this channel is all about. Like, like, so they know they're not alone. And then the 81% is like helping you in a certain different way as well. But that 19%, they most likely feel like mentally they can't change their life. There's no hope. There's no change. And Justin's right. There's always hope for change. You can always change your life. I go through my moments still where I'm like, well, my life has been the same for this long, so there's no hope. But there is change. I'm not in the same spot I was last year. I can guarantee y'all that. Significantly different. Always hope for change. Dancing says, don't know if this would sound weird, but is there like a website or something where I could talk about my depression to like a therapist online without my parents knowing? Text, I'm not sure. Actually, I'm gonna like see if I can website. I'm gonna try to look that up after this video. But if you have a cell phone, which I'm guessing you're either watching this on your desktop or watching this on your mobile phone, text 741-741 or call 1-800-273-TALK. I'm not sure. Like, I don't think your parents should be able to track that, but like, those are options that you can do right now that is still, like, especially the texting one. You can text them right now, man. Text them right now. Right now. If it's on your heart, just text them and say, hi, I don't know what to do. Just simple as that. Hey, I'm lost. That's it. One text. Why wouldn't you want your parents to know? Are y'all real close? So, Justin, I've actually talked with Dancing before, and it sounds like that, they've opened up to their parents, and their parents weren't receptive and actually didn't believe them, didn't believe that they dealt with depression, didn't believe that they were serious, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of why that went that direction. But to go back into talk, please text them, man. I'm really asking you. If it's on your heart, text them right now. But going back to relationships, can everybody comment down below maybe like one tip for how to maintain a positive, healthy relationship? Like, I'm talking about in terms of mental health, of course. What's one thing you can do while you're in your relationship to maintain positive mental health? Just one thing. I gave 3 tips earlier. The 3 tips I gave were your partner needs to add to your happiness, not be your happiness. The second tip is have focus on your self-growth no matter how long you've been in that relationship, if your relationship or not. And the last thing I said was improve your mental health right now. Don't wait just because you're in your relationship. Justin says communication. Yes, communication is key. Communication is key. Man. Louis says, I would like to know how you're doing with your sobriety. I'm doing really well with that. I appreciate you asking. I know but I haven't made a video about it in a while, but I'm doing really well. The artist says ice cream, Netflix, and cuddle maybe. those are always things that help relationships. I don't care who you are. Because quality time is always positive. You're welcome, dancing, by the way. Arrow says build each other up, support one another. Oh, and always make each other laugh. Yes, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But make sure you're still building yourself up. Make sure you're still building yourself up first. I'm saying first. You know what I'm saying? If you're dating somebody, yes, you can love them and care for them and support them. Of course, I'm not saying stop, right? But what I am saying is you still have to make sure you're still helping yourself and putting yourself first. Justin, I don't know. I was about to say bye and peace. So peace out, Justin. That was so weird. Appreciate you joining the live stream for as long as you did, man. And I hope that your evening goes awesome. Dancing says be there for each other. Yes, and make sure you are there for yourself. Emphasis on yourself. Emphasis on yourself. If you can give one tip for how to be happy while single, or one tip for actions you can take while you're single to keep maintaining good mental health, then comment down below. One tip for being single that's good, or even a positive of being single. Comment down below one tip that you have for being single. Sainab, how you doing, Sainab? It says, hey, I've been depressed for more than 2 years, and there is no reason why. I've reached a point where I just don't care about everything. I feel very numb. Man. I think it's when I read that, it's like sometimes, I'll be honest with you, Sainab, sometimes I read your people's comments, and I'm like, dang, like it's almost like I'm reading something I wrote. What I'll say to you is that sometimes there's not always a reason why. You know, I think for the longest time in my life, it took 25 years to really understand this, but for the longest time in my life, I was like, why do I feel this way? I feel numb, and I still feel numb, and I'm seeing a doctor. Excuse me. And I'm seeing a doctor for it. So, one, I'm suggesting see a therapist, see a professional counselor, see somebody, because most likely there could be a reason why you're feeling this way. There is for a reason why, but it may not be something that you know yet until you see a professional to help you out. Like I did. Like I'm going to in a week, literally a week. Next Tuesday, I'm seeing that doctor to finally really dive even deeper into my mental health and see a psychologist. Take action. I'm feeling numb. I'm feeling numb. I'm still feeling numb to everything right now, but I'm still taking action to better understand why. You're not alone, Sainab. I mean that. Alright, so here's some of the positive. Luis says, I think I have to agree with the communication and being open to talk about anything. No secrets. No secrets! Yes. Justin says, continue taking care of others as well as yourself. Live and love, love and live. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. The art says, when I'm single, I walk. Helps me when I struggle while being single. Yeah, going on walks and like maybe even while you're walking, listening to podcasts on benefits of being single, or reading articles on benefits to being single, like reading and constantly engaging your mind in things that are positive about being single instead of focusing on the negative and not even looking at anything that's positive about being single. I agree with that. Let's see here. Louis says, one positive about being single, you don't have to spend money on someone else but you. My head just came off. That is facts, man. Oh my gosh. I don't know about you, but when you're in a relationship, I'm not saying ladies, I ain't saying ladies don't be spending money. I'm not saying that. Some of y'all ladies do. But some ladies, boy, they be taking that money. No, but you're all right, though. I'm serious. You are definitely right about that. You save a lot of money going out on dates, traveling, gifts, birthdays, Valentine's Day, Christmas, holiday, everything. I'm like, man, my pocket's running dry. Okay, all right. So, yes. Overall, y'all, I want to make sure I created or talked about this. Before I go, are there any further questions that you have about maybe a relationship that you're currently in, or questions about being single, or maybe you're currently going through a heartbreak? Just any questions at all, I'm willing to answer them. While you're typing those down below, please know that I'm actually doing life coaching now, and if you feel like you're at a place in your life you feel stuck, you feel like you have nowhere to go, you have goals that you want to achieve them but you don't know how, and you just feel like you don't know even know your self-worth, then that's something that I am currently even taking a course on, getting my certification. And I've also learned about myself on how to get through these things. If you're interested in that, then send me an email at emmanueljones@outlook.com. So that way we can start talking, and I got you. You're not alone. And I finally am getting certified. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good. You have no idea. I'm about to be helping people full time. Yes. That's all I care about. I care about talking to people, giving them, empowering people, making them understand they're not alone, helping them understand they can achieve anything that they want to in life. And there's actually practical tips on how to do it. Isn't that crazy? Okay. Dancy says, I'm single and don't need anybody. I got Max, my dog, single for life. Hey, Dancing, I'm gonna be real with you. Okay? Now this I'm joking around but being serious at the same time. My brother is married and about to have a kid. And 2 years ago, you know he said to me, 2 years ago, he said, I will never be married. I'm going to get 2 dogs and I'll be single for the rest of my life. 2 years later, this dude is married and about to have a kid. So I'm saying it's good that you continue to focus on yourself and you love your dog and do that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But yeah, life tends to just be random and happen sometimes. So enjoy the ride, I guess. Louise says, what to do if you're with someone but her family doesn't like you? Ooh. My first initial response, stay consistent. Stay consistent. I'm not sure how long y'all been together, and maybe that'll never change them liking you or not, but consistency. You're always consistently being positive. You're always consistently being there for your partner, and you're not slipping up. If they can't have dirt on you, then eventually they gotta see that you don't have any dirt on you. And if they don't see it, focus on your relationship. That person cares for you, right? The person you're dating cares for you. And their opinion matters more than the person that you're not dating, which is your family. So as long as the person that you're dating is happy and you're staying consistent, what can they do? The artist says, my biggest issue right now is my hobby with beats. I can't express myself with them. I feel stuck with not knowing how to cope. Wait, my biggest issue right now is my hobby with beats. I can't express myself with them. I feel stuck not knowing how to cope. I'm not sure what you mean when you say like you cannot express yourself with your beats. When I was listening to your music, I definitely would say like that's expressing yourself. So like it's almost like 21 Pilots, Imagine Dragons, Fall Out Boy, like all these musicians, they express themselves through their music, and you're doing the same thing with your beats. So I'm a little bit confused by that. DM me again, by the way, if you want to have a further conversation about this. Ariel, what's your question? I would like to know your question. Send it to me. Yeah, I'm so happy about being professional. Angel says, I'm feeling that, but can't really say much because I'm driving. My relationship and my financial situation and my education are all weighing on me so hard right now. I'm feeling like that, but can't really say much. Oh, wait. My relationship and my financial situation and my education are all weighing on me so hard. Give me 1 second. I'm about to show you something that will show you that you're not alone. And you understand, like, yo, I feel you on that. So I'm about to grab something. Literally, I'm about to be right back. Alright. Okay, listen. So, during this life coaching course, Angel, I'm talking directly to you. We have to fill out self-assessments of our lives and show every single thing and look at where we are in our own lives, because obviously we can't help others if we can't help ourselves, right? But we have to assess our own lives and figure out what areas we're struggling in, what areas we need to improve upon, etc. Turns out I am struggling, and I already knew I was struggling. I didn't know I was struggling with these things. I knew I was, but not as thoroughly as I do now. I am unhappy from my job. I am unhappy from my mental health. I am unhappy from what else? Finances. I am all Those three areas alone, are like 3 out of 10 right now. 3. So I feel you, man. I feel you. But I'm taking action to trying to improve those things. Yes, I'm depressed. Yes, I feel numb. Yes, I'm still struggling. But I'm still taking action. I'm saying that you can too. You're not alone, man. You're not alone. D says, what is your biggest turning point when you were abusing drugs and alcohol, and how did you stop? I'm not sure if this is going to be, I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing. My biggest turning point is when I try to commit suicide. You know, I make that face because, like, you don't want to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to get to a point where you're lucky to be alive. You know what I'm saying? Or thankful, or, you know, like, that was the point. And, you know, the next day when I woke up, I realized that I could have not been here anymore. And it took about, I would say like a week, probably a month or two to really value life again. But, man, that was the moment that I was like, I gotta change my life. I gotta take responsibility for my life and understand it's up to me to change my life, instead of playing the victim or being the victim and seeing myself as this guy that is just weak and unable to change things. Instead, I now saw myself and continue to see myself as a guy that I can change my life and change my future if I take action and start. And that's why that was the moment that changed my life. Arrow says, okay, so I just cut things off with my ex like a couple of days ago. We dated for a year. He cheated on me, told me months later after all my suspension. He says he's changed and he's different and blah, 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 blah. But I don't want to settle because I think I deserve better, but also I love him. So what do you think I should do? This is my personal opinion. He cheated on you, okay, and told you, and y'all broke up, and now he's saying that he's sorry and all these things. Why be with him? Why do you love... I'm asking you a question. Why do you love a person that hurts you in that way? Why do you love a person that decided in a moment that the person I'm dating doesn't matter enough in this very moment? And, you know, I mean, that's such a hard one because there's so many different perspectives. Some people believe that cheater always a cheater. Some people believe that it's a one-time thing. Some people believe so many perspectives. But that's like more of a deeper conversation. I had to talk to you more in face-to-face, right? You know, I'm not perfect. And actions speak louder than words. There you go. That's what I would say to that. Actions speak louder than words. Don't go back to him. Don't date him again until his actions are consistent. Give it a few months. You know what I'm saying? It's been a few days. You just change who you are in a couple of days. I don't even do that. It takes like a long time for me to really change who I am, right? So I would suggest that not dating him, not going back into that relationship, you know, either be friends for a month or two, 3 months, 4 months. And if he's really truly serious about being back with you, he wouldn't talk to any other girls. He would he would continue to focus on you, and his actions will show you what his intentions are. Words can mean anything. I can say I'm a millionaire, doesn't mean I am. But my actions can show you exactly who I am. Shalisha, how you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Says, so good to see you live. Hope you are doing well, lovey. Hugs. I appreciate your hugs. I pray that the anxiety and depression has been fading within your life. It has been getting better because I've been taking consistent action to improving my life. So, yeah. So thank you. I appreciate that too. I do. Whenever I make them, I can cry afterwards because I feel like the pain of that moment is gone. When I ever try to make beats now to cope, I can't put emotion in it, and I can't seem to cry anymore. Feel stuck. So you said you can't cry from your beats anymore. In my opinion, this is just an opinion. Whether you cry or not, you're still releasing emotion. Does that make sense? Whether you cry from your beats every time or you don't, you're still creating something though. I made a video recently talking about purpose in life, depression, motivation, and talk about creating something. I still create videos. I still create content. You know, I don't cry from every single video. I used to cry in my videos more often because I was just so much deeper in pain. And just because now I'm able to talk about my suicide attempt and able to talk about these things and not cry sometimes, doesn't mean that it's not there, right? So as long as you're creating, that's the thing. Whether create how you feel numb. Create that. Create that beat that means you're feeling numb. That's still an emotion that you're creating. That's still an awesome outlet. Okay? Just make another beat and send it to me. And let me see if it evokes emotion in me. And I'll let you know, like, yeah, I can feel the numbness in that song. I can feel how you're feeling right now. Make that a challenge. I challenge you to do that. I challenge you, the artist. I challenge you. Alex says, Emmanuel looks like my uncle. Then your uncle must, never mind, I almost said something. Thank you. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to end that with. Cassandra says, I just recently got out of a 4-year relationship. We have a daughter together. At first, I was heartbroken and scared. I'd never been alone. On the other hand, I'm trying to find myself as an individual. You said something so crucial at the end of that sentence. I am trying to find myself as an individual. That is so awesome. That's amazing. You are so much further along than you think to be able to say something like that. I'm proud of you, Cassandra, for you striving to find yourself as an individual. Continue to do that. Maybe you don't know it yet. Maybe you don't see it. Maybe you're like, what the heck's he talking about? But I'm proud of you. And that's amazing that you're saying that. I'm telling you, wow. Wow. Keep going. Keep going, girl. Keep going. Louis says, do you think this generation developments are more issues in mental health because of the internet? Yes. Short answer is yes, because the people that I know, at least, we tend to compare ourselves, and now that social media is a really big thing, obviously it has been for a minute now, but we see people's Instagrams and Facebooks and YouTube videos and all this stuff, and we compare our lives to a flash moment in someone else's lives. So yeah, I do think that internet and social media have a big part to play in mental health and getting worse and things like that. There's actually lots of statistics talking about that, about how mental health and depression is more common and anxiety is more common due to social media, comparing ourselves to others and all those things. So yes. These days I see a lot of pretty girls being the negative ones. Why? That's, Ty, I'll be honest with you, I think that's all perception, because pretty is all, the word pretty alone is a concept. A person you might find pretty, somebody else might find not pretty. So and all the pretty ones seem to have be negative. I'm like, no, every human being is different. Every single person is different, whether they're pretty, unattractive to you, not. It's still a perspective thing. Some people think that I'm a good person and think I'm attractive, and some people don't think I'm attractive. Some people like who I am, and some people don't like who I am. That doesn't mean I'm not either one. I am who I think I am at the end of the day. So no, I don't think that pretty girls are all stuck up or something like that, because there's tons of pretty girls that are amazing and, you know, caring and giving and funny and fun to be around. So but that's just my take on that. How you doing, Ree? Welcome to the live stream. Angel says, I gotta go, but I love y'all. I'm trying my best to continue taking action. See you in the next live stream. As Emmanuel always says, do you, stay spikelicious, and keep smiling. Peace out, Angel. Stay classy, stay you. Wait, stay classy, stay you. Don't act like a fool. Make sure you stay in school, because you definitely rule. See you, girl. Alright, Shalisa says, oh, you're welcome. I'm so happy to hear you're a healing Emmanuel. Thank you, Shalisa. I'm trying to catch up to everybody's comments. The artist says, challenge. He said, that is true. I understand now. Challenge accepted. Good, the artist. I like how you accepted this challenge. Michael says, I'm 16. I've always been alone. Now I'm in a weird space. I always acted different in front of other people to blend in, and I don't know who I am anymore. Well, you said something big. Like I think sometimes when y'all comment, you don't realize, like, you're right there, though. Because you just said, always acted different in front of other people to blend in, and I don't know who I am anymore. You are recognizing that you don't know who you are anymore, and that's the first step. Like, that's awesome that you don't know who you are anymore. So now you're in the process of finding who you are, and that's amazing. And it's not easy. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight, in a day, a week. It could take months to find out who you feel like you are. Years. to find out. I'm 25 years old and I'm still finding out who I am. There's people that follow, are in part of this DT Nation that said they're 43 and they're still finding out who they are. It's a constant journey of finding out who you are. It never stops. So enjoy the journey. Try to enjoy it. It's okay not to know who you are right now, or not to have a sense and an idea of who you are, but now you know not to act like somebody else just to fit in, because people are going to hate you no matter what you do. So you might as well be yourself at the end of the day, right? Ree says, what I've realized after coming out of a toxic relationship is that I should love myself first and put myself and my happiness first. Yes! Yes, Ree, yes. A lot of you just now joined the live stream. The tips I gave, and one of the tips I did give if you're in any relationship, is the person should add to your happiness, not be your happiness. A person should add to your happiness, not be your happiness. And in my past relationship, I definitely did that. That person was all of my happiness. It's been like, a while now, but I'm saying that person was all of my happiness. And now, no. If I'm single or if I'm in a relationship, because y'all will never know if I'm single or in a relationship unless I'm engaged one day, if I ever get engaged. When I am in a relationship, I make sure to still make sure my happiness starts with me, and that person adds to the 100% of my happiness. And when I'm single, I do the same doggone thing. You know what I'm saying? Dancing has been losing interest in stuff I've enjoyed doing, writing, editing, etc., and don't know what to do because it gives me more of a reason to feel useless. Also, I've been lacking a lot of sleep. I don't know what to do. Man. Dancing, dude, can I be real with you, man? I'll be real with you. I wish I can, I can't even sit here and say, I know exactly what to do, because I feel numb. I'm struggling right now. Similar, I go play soccer and I'm not as excited, or hang out with friends and I feel numb still, something like that. So what I'm trying to do, and I'm doing, is next Tuesday I'm going back to seeing a doctor who's going to recommend me to a psychologist who's going to do this and that, and I'm beginning the process of continuing to better my mental health. So that's why when I suggest to you to call those numbers and text that number, I'm not saying something to you I'm not doing myself. I'm only suggesting, I only create these videos and give advice if I take those things to do my advice too. I will never give you advice that I don't try to do myself. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm a person just like y'all, trying to get through this thing called life the best way I can. I'm just sharing my process and my growth with you. So that's why you're not alone, bro. You're not alone. Ree says, and when someone shows you their true colors, believe them. Stop trying to see the potential in people and see them for who they really are. Actions speak louder than words. I said that earlier. You're stealing my stuff, Ree. You're stealing my stuff. It's time for you to take over this channel. I'm giving up. It's time for me to end the live. Okay, I messaged you. You're exactly right, Ree. I agree with you. I have begun loving me more and standing up for myself. I always put others before me and put myself on the back burner. I realized the love I needed was within me. You damn right. Exactly, Shalisa. How to help a friend who doesn't want to get help, but you worry about it. Okay, so this is actually ties into life coaching that I do now, right? One of the things I actually learned, I think yesterday, says you have to help the right people. And what they meant by that is you can force yourself all you want to help somebody, but if they're not in a place in their life right now where they can receive that help, then you're wasting your time. I'm not wasting your time in a bad way, don't help them at all. What I'm saying is that by constantly forcing your words to them, I feel like sometimes you start to become unheard. So instead, still be there for them. Maybe not in the way that you're normally doing it. Maybe instead of saying, hey, I think you should get help. Hey, you need to get help. Hey, get help. Right? That's gonna if they constantly hear you say that, gonna start tuning you out. Instead, say, hey, I'm here for you in whatever way you need me to be here for you. Hey, do you feel like talking right now? They're like, no. I'm like, all right, just know that I'm here for you if you need me. Or say, hey, text me tomorrow. Hey, how you say it is way more helpful than constantly saying you need to get help. Why aren't you getting help? And you start to become frustrated from your efforts that are going misunheard. So change your approach and how you're helping them. Instead of forcing, you're not necessarily forcing it, but instead of helping them directly, help them a little bit, kind of sneak it in there, hey, I'm here for you right now. Do you feel like talking? You don't feel like talking? Okay. Well, please know I'm here for you. You're not alone. You know, hope that helped. I don't know. It's got to where I can't hold conversation. I must have missed that, Michael. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Michael. Sorry, buddy. I don't know what you're talking about. Please comment and say like what you're talking about so I know. Because sometimes the comments go up too fast and it's hard for me to read them all. Dancing says, I'll try communicating those therapists as soon as I can. I am proud of you, Dancing. I'm proud of you. But don't do it for me. Do it for you. This is your life, bro. This is your life, not mine. I could say all these things until my face turned blue, but it's still up to you to take the actions in your life. And I'm proud of you if that's something that you do. And I suggest that you strongly do it. But do it for you, because you have the power within you to change your life. You do. I know you do. You have the power within you to type right now, right? So you can still make that phone call. Alright, so true, man. Okay, alright, guys. So this is the end of the live stream. I'm really happy that I got to talk to y'all about these things. And please, if you're in a relationship right now, continue to focus on yourself and your mental health. Understand that a person should add to your happiness, not be your happiness. If you're going through a breakup right now and it's traumatizing, you're in pain and you're hurting, you feel like there's no hope, you're like you're never gonna meet the one ever again, then please understand that that's simply not true, because you have the power within you to get through this. Time heals all wounds. Yes, you cannot see the light at the end of the tunnel, but there's still a light at the end of the tunnel. You just gotta keep walking, keep crawling forward instead of laying down. And lastly, I want to say this. Thank you so much for being a part of DT Nation, y'all. Like, DT Nation is continuing to grow. I've seen people comment down below saying that their friends told me about this channel, and my friend and my dad and my mom showed me this channel, and y'all are all sharing the content with your friends and family. That's amazing. That's amazing. This community cannot and will not and does not grow without you and your continuous support and help. I know that I'm constantly changing things. That's because I'm constantly growing, and the direction of the channel goes this way and that way. But the overall arch of this channel is to help people with mental health, to change the mental health stigma, and to show people that they're not alone, and that you have the power within you to change your life. If you feel like you're struggling with your self-worth, if you feel like you don't know why you're here, if you feel like you have no purpose, then first call a professional counselor. Call a professional counselor or therapist. And if you feel like you want to focus on yourself, you want to change your life, you want to focus on yourself, but you just don't know how to make that switch in your mind, then that's something where that I can come in and help out. I'm becoming certified as a life coach. If you are interested in life coaching, then send me an email at emmanueljones@outlook.com, and I will share with you the same steps that I'm taking to change my life to get to where I am today. It's been a process, but through action, now we're here today, and I'm still moving forward. And I believe I can help you as well. So send me an email at emmanueljones@outlook.com if you're interested in life coaching. And I can't wait to get my life coaching certification, because you best believe I'll be a life coach full-time finally. I can help people full-time. So make sure you send me that email if you're interested. All right. Ree says I'm interested in life coaching. Shalisa said, me too. Okay, well, you know how to contact me. Shalisa says, thank you for being transparent, man. Your positivity and empowering words. Thank you for being you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Say it with me. As I always say. Do you? Stay spikelicious and keep smiling. Have an awesome week. Guess this was a random live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. Peace out, y'all.